the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Good friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe. Let the happiness take you in.
Whoa, everybody. Whoa, calm down. It's just Spider-Man. You can take a picture of him one at a time. $99 a picture.
I can't because I got arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia. Oh, serious things. But like, I honestly wish I could have had the 1990s animated series Spider-Man song play where it goes Spider-Man, radioactive Spider-Man, spider blood, radioactive spider blood. That would have been so cool if I could have got that.
I'm always traditionalist. 1967 Spider-Man does whatever a spider can, spans a web any size.
Watch out! It's Spider-Man.
I mean, how many versions of songs has Spider-Man actually had? I've always wondered that.
Does that include the Simpsons version?
Right.
Oh yeah, right. Spider-Ham. I think that there's probably been a lot, since Spider-Man is probably the most of all the most brought back cartoon series throughout Marvel history. The one character that Marvel Comics has pushed forward throughout time. The one character that will always be a kid. So when they age him out, they always reboot him as soon as he gets old enough to leave high school. So it's like you give him a couple of years in college, you get him married to Mary Jane, then you kill him off and start it all over again. And that's what they've done several times in the Marvel world. And they keep on making him 16. And now that Disney owns it, he's going to be eternally 16.
I mean, yeah, there's Spider-Man. They keep killing them off and remaking them. But we also got the multiverse version, which kind of explains how they can make multiple Spider-Mans.
It's the same idea as Doctor Who can always have a Doctor Who.
Yep.
Same concept, different wrapping. They're like Spider-Man can always be a different Spider-Man. And trust me, there's some good iterations. You got Peter Parker Spider-Man, and you got Miles Morales, which I love. Then you got 2099 Spider-Man. You got all these different Spider-Mans.
Technically, the Miles Morales Spider-Man is of the same world as Peter Parker. He's he just takes over when so in the Ultimate Universe, Spider-Man meets his fate. And rather than rebooting Peter Parker, this boy who followed Spider-Man around ends up becoming the Spider-Man. And it's a wild story, and it's a pretty good storyline if you read the comic book version of the Ultimate Spider-Man that introduces Miles Morales. A lot of people bagged on it when it first came out because it wasn't Peter Parker. And it was a major shock. You're killing off Spider-Man, but they tried to do that in the M2, where Green Goblin, one of the Osborn children, the current Green Goblin at the time, threw a pumpkin bomb at Peter Parker's house, trying to get Peter Parker to return to Spider-Man. And unfortunately, it ended up taking Peter Parker's leg off, and Peter Parker's daughter became Spider-Girl. And people didn't like that storyline either. But now people are just absolutely loving the Miles Morales stuff because of this Into the Spider-Verse TV series. They tried so hard many times to bring to make Miles Morales a thing, and they've finally done that.
Yeah, like honestly, looking back at it, Spider-Man can be anybody, any color, and I think it would have worked either way. Such a good story. Let's see. Let's check out his chat. We got Angel Sniper. Angel Sniper, what's up? Look, there's a link to a Yu-Gi-Oh video that she wants you guys to check out. She's uploaded. Whoop whoop. Nice. Then we got Sonic Scoop, who said the best song of Tobey Maguire's movie was the Asian lady singing the Spider-Man song and stuff. I remember that's one where she goes,
"Oh yeah."
No. See, if we're gonna talk about the Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, we're talking New York's one and only famous naked cowboy playing the Spider-Man song on the street. Now, that was a classic scene.
That's fine.
Yep. If only you had done that, KJ.
Yeah.
Ryan Nowicki, what's up? So Spider-Man set needs an Uncle Ben creature that gets sacrificed, right? Like have a pry ability on it. Whenever damage is dealt to you, dealt to Uncle Ben instead. Toby is the best Spider-Man, hands down. Toby was a great Spider-Man. It was my generation Spider-Man. But I also, and I won't regret this because I still love it, I like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man better. Like, as the storyline, the second movie kind of failed in its eyes. Like, it made no sense in what they did. But I think Andrew Garfield did an excellent Spider-Man as well. Then also, I like the new Disney Spider-Man. I hope they don't ruin the story. They've done good with the story plots. They've done good with the villains. So I like all the Spider-Man so far as much. But Tobey Maguire was the first to do it right. And let's just say that.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah. Andrew is second. Too bad he soured his contract. Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. But the whole Andrew Garfield thing, like, he did sour a lot of things at first, especially when they announced that he wasn't gonna come back for the Spider-Man 3. Like, I believe, and even though he says he's not, I believe that he's still kind of salty about the situation. But who knows? We might end up getting that Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield buddy Spider-Man movie that everybody wanted after they introduced him to the multiverse.
Oh yeah. Well, let's put something straight first. I know Disney Spider-Man tried capitalizing on it, but Tobey Maguire's Spider-Mans had the best villains for the first two movies. And they had a good villain for the third movie, but they just trashed it. But you had the perfect casting for the Green Goblin, and you had the perfect casting for Doc Ock. Holy cow. And you know what? With the technology we had, they did an amazing job with it.
Yep.
Holy cow.
See, with the third movie, they said it. They said it when he made the movie. He said, "Look, I was not given the liberties I was allowed when I made the first two movies." Mm-hmm. And they took away his liberties, and they went into reshoots and rewrites, and half of that movie is missing.
Wow.
Half of that third movie is missing. It would have been a great movie if they just would have let him make the movie that was written originally, and let him make the movie that he was putting together. But they had to sell toys, and Venom is not a character that that was intended for a children's audience. And unfortunately, just like a conversation that we had offline, the film companies are trying to attract the children. And, you know, as much as they want to sell toys, they want to get a young audience involved. Everybody who's into Spider-Man, to be honest, who reads comic books are of an older generation. You go to your LGS, and this is my problem, and I have to tell myself the same thing I say all the time on this show. Unfortunately, my IPs are not made for me. They're made for a 13+ audience, and I have to get over that. Right. And that's where I sit every single time going, okay.
Mm-hmm. I want to say hello to Stasis Orb, Mr. Scott. Hello, welcome back. We love you. Sadly, never been a Spider-Man fan. Stasis Orb is one of my longtime friends from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring a laughter. I thought there was only one Spider-Man movie.
What?
Yeah, I really thought that, because the one that I seen was the one that had like a wrestling cage and everything else. I thought that was the only movie.
Right. No, it's
Bonesaw is here.
One of the best quotes from the movie, the original movie. Bonesaw's ready.
Oh man.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Rest in peace. Oh man.
In peace, indeed. Why did they change the web shooters after Toby though? Never understood that. Well, the web shooters used to be mechanicalized, but in the movie, Sam Raimi's like, well, I don't want to have to explain how a teenage kid has the smarts to build a web shooter, so he just made them organic.
Right. Pretty much that was a big question, a big issue that a lot of people had, was the whole web shooter situation. Now, see, the big old question is, why is this kid so smart in the comic books? You know, the whole concept of being a nerd in the 90s and early 2000s was kind of like, okay, yeah, we don't want to make that character. It doesn't sell, you know, and Peter Parker was a nerd. He, you know, incredibly overly intelligent. He very awkward with women. Now, Gwen Stacy and didn't become his girlfriend until his senior year, which meant that you had the equivalent of 3 years of this child being a nerd, discovering his powers and becoming something more, which was the storyline for Spider-Man is a coming of age story where you discover more than that, you are more than what you are. And it wasn't until like his senior year that he hooks up with Gwen Stacy and finally has a relationship. It's not until he gets into college that he starts dating Mary Jane Watson. You know, Mary Jane Watson may have went to school with him, but she was not in his life until he went to college. And then like then you go back to they aged him up even more, and they married him to Mary Jane. Right. You know, depending on the storyline, divorce and breakup, and then they have to kill him off, or not kill him off, but reboot the storyline because they want to sell Peter Parker as being eternally young, forever young, you know?
Yeah, what's funny is I can do this, but they want Spider-Man to listen to My Chemical Romance because it's emotional angst. Yeah, I was waiting to dig that out of my pocket, tell you what.
Great power comes great responsibility.
Right. He's saying with great power comes great responsibility. Like whatever. Because look, it's like if you remember when you were a teenager and young, you had the whole world in front of you, and you had all these responsibilities you had to learn, like living life, finishing school, all this jazz. And what if more got in your way to hinder you from completing these things? That's kind of the mindset they want Spider-Man to have with these things, right? Mm-hmm. And they want to reach out to these children and these kids who are in their teens and get them to fall in love with the characters and grow up with them until they reboot the franchise. But the one thing that no one ever thought of in the old times is people like me who are young, who love the franchise, would grow up to still love these things as kids. Like nostalgia was a real thing, but like it's stuff we never wanted to give up on, these old stuff. Like, you know, it's why we play Magic. It's why we love the Marvel universe or the DC universe or all these other universes. It's why people love Final Fantasy. They grew up with them. They have fond memories and they still like them till today. Like one of my favorite games I ever played, I kind of wish I had a copy of just to have it, but I have no real place to put everything, was Kingdom Hearts 2. You know, like we love that. The music our generation had, you know, look at Coogee Dude when he's here. When he grew up, his favorite stuff was to listen to music. He had the music. He is knowledgeable about music. His thing was music. Well, our generation, my generation, your generation, it was definitely the TV shows we had and the music that we grew up with, and they try to keep resetting it for generation to generation, so people keep on growing because they learned that us old people love it, but they're still targeting at kids. And look, there's nothing wrong with liking a kids movie. I like Aladdin, Oliver and Company, Lion King. You know, I have them all displayed. But it's crazy. Stick it to the man. Screw the system. That's right. Rebellious days.
I mean, they can target the kids all they want. You're still going to have adults with the nostalgia to watch that stuff also.
Oh yeah, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with it. Like, look, my wife likes Beauty and the Beast. She actually liked the remake, the live action remake, which I actually thoroughly enjoyed myself. Like, I think it's a great remake, probably Disney's best remake live action so far.
Yep,
and it doesn't change the fact that it doesn't change the fact that we love the old stuff. It doesn't mean we have to change the old stuff. But for Disney to keep certain IPs, certain copyrights, they have to remake movie. Look at Fantastic Four. Like, how many times did they make that movie just to keep the copyrights in their possession? You know, there's even a movie out there that never was released.
Yeah, just to keep the copyright. And I'll tell you what, the same thing with Captain America. The reason why Sony has, since 1974, has owned the rights for theatrical rights to Spider-Man. Sony's been constantly making Spider-Man product. There was a Spider-Man show from the 1970s to late 70s to the 80s that was very resemblant to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in Japan, and they did a couple of movies. You know, Spider-Man took on the Yakuza. Like, there's a reason why, even though people have these fan theories that say Sony's going to lose Spider-Man, Sony's never going to lose Spider-Man because they keep on making content. No, it doesn't matter if it's accurate or not. Spider-Man will always be a Sony property.
You know what's funny though? Has rumors and talks going around that they're probably going to buy into DC.
There is rumor about that. But Sony, just like Disney, has turned into a holdings company where it's all about buying the IPs out, you know.
Well, you want to talk about rumors. There's also a rumor going around about Marvel. Disney. The rumor is Disney is thinking about selling Marvel.
Well, that's a fan theory. That's a fan theory.
That has to be a theory because there's so much money invested. They got cruise ships. They got rides, hotels, and everything.
Bob,
set up.
Bob Iger's already come out and said that it's bunk. Bob Iger, the CEO of Disneyland, Disney itself, has come out and said it's bunk. They're currently forcibly removing Universal from having the Marvel product at their last Universal park that still has Marvel product. And a lot of fans are just very soured by the Disney Marvel stuff. And the fans are spreading those rumors. That's unfortunately a rumor that Disney has confirmed that they're not going to do.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Sonic Tube Scoob has a funny comment. It says Sony plus Spider-Man equals in real life infinite money glitch. Stasis Orb says, I'm not a fan of any live action movies from Disney. I haven't seen a single one. Oh, come on. There were some good videos back in the day. What's going on? What happened? What's this?
I'm switching devices. And why am I?
Wow. I don't know what happened there. Seeing two double KJ. I thought I had double vision there going.
All right. We'll figure that out.
Yep.
We'll figure that out. But like Spider-Man to me is like a long time thing. Like a long time thing. Loved it. I loved the X-Men, and I still love the concepts. I even own the original X-Men series from Fox. Like not the newer ones. Not all the newer ones. I mean, I do own the X-Men Days of Future Past movie, but the older ones, yeah.
I still like going back on Disney Plus and watching the old X-Men. I'll watch it over and over because I do like X-Men.
I hear a rumor that Dan might collab with me, Dan and the Dude. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Cool.
That'd be pretty cool if the rumor is real.
Yep.
Well, the rumor there are a lot of true rumors out there. A lot of true rumors out there.
Right. Check it out. Check it out. What? But anyways, we talked a lot about Spider-Man. We're still going to talk about Spider-Man, but let's talk about this right here. Share screen. And share screen. So Magic the Gathering's Marvel Spider-Man card image gallery. We're going to have some cards coming out, like the pumpkin bombs. Right.
Oh.
There's not a lot to spoil here yet because there's not a lot of cards spoiled. But we got Doc Ock, Evil Inventor. We have Grasping Tentacles. We have Green Goblin Nemesis and Sensational Spider-Man, which is, come on. They better have that Spider-Man with Menace somewhere. Like one in the future, they gotta have a card that's a menacing Spider-Man or something like that. He's a menace to society.
I think Spider-Man is in the wrong colors. I think he should be red and blue, match the suit. That's just my opinion about him, though. But,
instead of red and white. Well,
yeah.
The color blue white makes sense. The color pie-ish. But they also threw Captain America as red, white, and blue, so whatever.
Sure.
Venom Deadly Devourer is coming out. Yes, people are gonna like that card just for the art.
Yeah.
And the thing about these cards I'm showing you right here, they're gonna come in a box. Like they're showing this box right here. Down here.
What is that box?
I'm trying to
It may not tell you.
It's the Spectacular Spider-Man Showdown. Like this box will come with all those cards listed, and they'll make this artwork when you put the cards together.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's what that is. But then,
nice.
All right, but then, all right, let's try this. We're gonna jump over here, and here we got more information about Spider-Man coming to Magic. Friendly, Amazing, Spectacular. We got some artwork. We're gonna have a Spider-Gwen in here. Peter Parker messing with red and blue chemicals. Venom and Spider-Man fighting artwork. Pretty cool.
Nice.
You're gonna have Play Booster boxes. Marvel Spider-Man product lineup collector boosters will be there. Bundles. You have that scene box and the pre-release pack. And sadly, and probably one of the most depressing things about the set is no commanders.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad at it about that because look at Final Fantasy. It's a universes beyond. They made commander decks for it.
Mm.
Why can't they do that for Spider-Man?
Right.
Could it be possibly? And now this is just a wild theory that might have nothing to do with anything. Now, if there's anything that we know about Disney, particularly Disney's very particular about their artists. They don't like releasing too much stuff. They probably may have added a lot of extra cards that people are upset about not seeing in the spoilers. Now, Disney is very tight-lipped about everything, especially in this current generation of Disney, where if one piece of negative information goes out, it ruins a Disney product. And this is a collab with Disney, being that the fact that they leaked and are having spoilers, or that like the whole X-Men thing for the secret layer kind of soured a lot of people because of underprinting and the choices of cards, the choices of art. There was people who were upset about the Storm cards, because they didn't like the art. I mean, the smallest thing sours a Disney product real quick because people are quick to jump to their ideas, especially when it's negative.
Right.
They have said that the issue is with the commander decks is they're making so many commander decks a year, and people are griping about all these commander decks flooding the markets, and so they decided to cut down on the commander decks. However, I think they should, on the Universes Beyond set, I think they still should have commander decks, especially the real big IPs such as Final Fantasy, Spider-Man, Avatar.
Right.
Well, maybe not Avatar, but Spider-Man and Final Fantasy, I say they should have the commander decks for sure.
Uh-huh. There we go. Pop up on stage.
Sorry, I've been having trouble with broadcasting my image throughout time.
Right. You're working it.
Let me tell you, the OBS of the future, don't update it.
All right. MTG Marvel Spider-Man key dates to know. Pre-release event September 16th through the 18th, 2025. MTG Arena release September 23rd, 2025. Magic Online MTGO release September 23rd, 2025. Got previews beginning September 6th on 2025. Got complete card gallery September 13th, 2025. Global release of the product is September 26th, 2025. Marvel Spider-Man code is SPM. And Spider-Man Eternal Legal Set codes SPE in March. Or MAR. Meaning there'll be some special cards in the set they haven't spoiled yet.
Yeah. Now, my issue and that right there gives me an issue because Spider-Man is not going to be available in digital form. So, in other words, it's not going to be in MTGO. It's not going to be in Arena. The only way you get these Spider-Man cards is paper, which, it's kind of good for the game, but it also kind of bad because some people don't play paper. They play digital.
Uh-huh.
Such as myself, I play more digital than I do paper.
Mm-hmm.
And they are going to have another set release with this set. It's going to be digital only. And my question to Wizards is, how are you going to do the spoilers?
Well, yeah, like how are they going to this Peter Parker, this Derek Gray guy? Like, are they going to show both the cards so people know which ones? I get that.
Exactly.
Madam Monk, hello there, Madam Monk. What's up? And State Sword says Carnage better be a good card. And Sonic Scoob Tube says, "Oh shoot, this is going to be the first MTG cards I buy." Hell yeah!
I mean, yeah, I want to get some myself. I do like Spider-Man. I'm just hoping that I can figure out what card is what. That way I can play it on Arena.
I actually want to get these. I want to get these if I possibly can.
Right.
For those people who want to donate to my future addiction of adding to more comic book memorabilia, I do want these. But no,
it's really quick. Sonic Chew Scoob. Yes, you can pre-order on Amazon and stuff like that right now.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely want these. Even though Spider-Man is not my main Marvel property, I would absolutely buy into this.
Right. And like, I hope they do the thing I was telling you about, like taking the art cards and making them comic strips. And if you collect all the art cards, it makes a little comic book for you.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Bad Manners. Hey, everybody. Look at Bad Manners.
Hey,
He's
Bad
awesome.
Manners. How you doing?
I love watching his streams. He cannot save a stream. He does because he listens to legitimate music on his streams. So he has to take it down so he doesn't get the big C copyright thing going on. But he has great conversations. He eats sandwiches in the background. It's fun.
What kind of sandwich?
Well, that you'll have to find out.
These are the important questions when dealing with sandwiches, you know?
Right. But he's really chill, dude. Love talking to him. Oh my Lord. Like if he wants to, he could drop his link in the chat and get people to subscribe to him. He's like, surprisingly, he's a really good streamer. He doesn't have a lot of, I think because he can't save his streams, he doesn't get a lot of pull from YouTube.
Yep. It hurts the stream when you had to delete your videos because people can't watch the streams.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I just went to go make double check. I am absolutely following Bad Manners and subscribed. I just wanted to double check though, because I like to make sure I'm subscribed to everybody.
Yep.
Right. Always here for the vibes, brother. Thank you. I always chill out with you for the vibes too. But anyways, so Spider-Man's gonna be an amazing set, I think. Will it sell more than Final Fantasy? Probably not. There's probably a good chance it's not going to do more than Final Fantasy, but I think the set will sell well. I want Edge of Eternities and Spider-Man in this set. The Tyrakir Dragonstorm was the first of the three sets I wanted from this set to be good. My Lord.
So here's my opinion on it. It might be kind of crazy, but I personally don't think Spider-Man's going to do as good as Final Fantasy. And it's not because it's going to be a bad set or nothing. I just think Spider-Man's going to be behind in that aspect, and that's not including because the digital version on Arena is going to be completely different. I think that's going to hurt just a little bit. Like it'll still do good. I just don't think it'll be to the Final Fantasy levels.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Right. See, kind of brought up backstage is Final Fantasy people are like a cult. It's like going to church when dealing with Final Fantasy. And when dealing with Spider-Man, Spider-Man's an IP that's much more broader. When it comes down to this base, you're talking about a collaboration with a company and that company's entity that is geared towards that market that I always bring up, the 13 plus, the child market, and getting into Spider-Man. And the reason why they're choosing Spider-Man is for that young market. Remember, Spider-Man sells toys to children, and Spider-Man will be eternally young. And that is the Disney motto of selling to children. And having the fact that you have Final Fantasy, we were children 30 years ago when Final Fantasy came out on the Nintendo. We were young, and that's part of our cult following. The people who follow the Final Fantasy thing, it's for them, Final Fantasy, you're going to church, you're spending all that money on your donation to the Final Fantasy gods. Where the Marvel people, it is not that simple. It is a huge product, and I believe that they're either going to do one of two things. They're going to either handle Spider-Man wrongly by not giving you what you want. They're going to give you what you think you want. They're going to absolutely give you Venom, maybe Carnage, and a few of the other main villains, and definitely going to be giving you the Sinister Six. But they're not going to be giving you other aspects of the Marvel verse. Just like you didn't get anything really from the from the X-Men Secret Lair, and a lot of people were very upset about it, the Spider-Man Secret Lair, and they had to pretend like they were happy because of the 2 cards that they actually wanted. And most people didn't get those cards because of an underprint or the whole situation of the way it was sold, and it soured a lot of people. I really don't think that the Marvel collaborations is going to make the money Final Fantasy did financially. It will still make bank, and they probably will make more. And if Disney makes a sufficient amount off of this, there will be another Marvel collab. Maybe it might broaden the universe a little. This is putting your toes in the pool. This is not, you thought putting the toes in the pool was the Secret Lair. No, this is going to be putting the toes in the pool, because that was just putting your toes in the kiddie pool with the Secret Lair. Now we're putting our toes in the pool. We're testing the water a little bit. If they make money and Disney likes what they got or get out of their share of this collaboration, you will see more. But I don't think it's going to even touch what Final Fantasy did, because the Marvel heads are cheap. We're comic book fans that don't want to spend money. Heck, comic book shops, mom and pop comic book shops, mom and pop LGSs are going out of business left and right. And they're barely even able to purchase the Final Fantasy stuff. A lot of my LGSs and comic book shops didn't even purchase into the Final Fantasy this year because they couldn't afford it.
Well, I got one. Yeah, I got one. Go ahead. Sorry.
There were shops out there that couldn't get their hands on the product, let alone can afford it.
Right.
Like it wasn't about what they could afford. It's about what they could grab.
Yeah, well, my comic book shop, because I actually wanted to get the Final Fantasy stuff, and my comic book shop is also an LGS, and they were just saying by the time that they got their orders in, the prices had skyrocketed, even for even vendor prices. These aren't just your alleged scalpers who were scalping. These were like, even the vendors were having problems with being able to get the stuff at a legitimate price, where they were able to put a markup where their retail sales could afford to justify them buying into the Final Fantasy. Now, if that's even going to be a similar situation with Marvel, that might be a big deal, that a lot of people are going to back away from purchasing the Marvel product through Magic. It's a big thing. We vote by our wallets, as Tortoise has notoriously said throughout this show, throughout history. We vote with our wallets. And comic book people, we're already tired of paying $8 a comic book, between $5 and $8 a comic book for a new issue, for print on paper, on print on newsprint. And when we used to pay just 5 years ago, $2.50 for a comic book. I'm making that up. I'm actually way off. It's more like $3 and something about 5 or 6 years ago, right before the pandemic. So I really think that we're probably going to be seeing a lot of complaints regarding the prices and what they're putting out there in quality, especially with what Disney's been known to authorize in quality.
I want to say hello to MTG Paper Deck Techs. What's up? This guy does deck techs. He actually like in this format, as you see me, he'll show you a card about a deck, and he'll read the card and set it down. Interesting guy. Want to see his show progress? Check him out. MTG Paper Deck Techs. What's up? Been watching. Found him off Facebook. Yeah, Elijah Castle. Yo,
what's up, Elijah?
Yeah,
Elijah.
Man of Monk has to go. Have a good day at work. Thank you for stopping by for the short time you did. And this probably has something to do with the new Marvel movies coming out in a week or two. Could be.
It could be. There is definitely a lot of stuff with the Disney Plus Marvel releases that they're putting out there that people are either A, excited for, or after last night, B, very upset about.
When the PS5 was hard to get when it came out, people bought them overpriced on resale. Difference is MTG limited runs, so will these Final Fantasy prices ever come down? The singles might, but not the packs. It'd take a while. Like they have to get a source of reprinting out there for it to justify a decrease, and we're unclear how much you're printing. To be clear on that fact,
I was watching one of the Magic Heads on their station on YouTube the other night, and a lot of people are saying until we know that the chases have already been got, those packed prices and those unopened box prices will still be up until we know that the chases have all been received. And as long as there's
ring set.
Yeah, as long as there's going to be chase cards out there that people have not opened yet, the prices will still be up. Now,
once
it'll
all the
start to
major
go
money's
down.
pulled out of the set, which those serialized cards are worth money, and the packs will still stay a good price the way they are.
Yeah,
they're overpriced. Yeah,
that's at least the theory of the guy that I was watching last night regarding pricing and whatnot. Is they believe that until chase cards are all found.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome fact though. Like, there's for those collectors out there, there's still value in the game there. Still value in the packs, right? The value in the cards. Like, I'm just watering this around because there are people like, I don't like the reprints. Well, who cares?
Who cares? Yes, thank you, Tortoise. You said it for me. I didn't have to say that.
Give me all the reprints that you want to make, because I'd make them cheaper where I can play them.
Right.
Absolutely. Plus, I know a bunch of kids at my LGS who are very upset that they can't play Magic the Gathering because they're kids and the prices are not legitimate for them to be able to spend their allowance money, and are constantly asking for cards. Just every time I go in, you have some kid trying to make a deal to get some cards and trade as dupes because he wants to make a full set. And we're pricing. See, the problem is us as greedy collectors have priced out the main audience of a child's plaything. We've priced out the children. The whole point of having the price of a pack, the same amount of money that an average child gets in allowance. Think about that. Here's $10 for your allowance. What do those kids do with that $10? Go buy themselves a Slurpee and a pack of Magic cards, but now they can't even do that.
Now I want a Slurpee, damn you. It's been a few years since I had a Slurpee. Back with the collector. What's up? Planting those trees so we don't have to. Thank you.
Wait, look, is that Bigfoot behind those trees? Bigfoot's there.
I look like Big Thumb. Make sure to like the stream and subscribe, everyone. Thank you. Whoa. But yeah, so look, Spider-Man's going to come out, and I think it's going to hit big, but I don't think it's going to be Final Fantasy big. Unless they actually put in some chase cards that we don't know about yet, but you'd think they'd show us something like that. We don't know if there's going to be serialized cards in there, but there should be. I'm really hoping to get really creative with this, like that taking those art cards, the little art cards that are just full art, and on the back it tells you about it, and make little comic strips so you can collect them all, make a comic book. So good ideas, Wizards. You don't have to pay me for that one. That one's free. And anyways.
I think there will be some chase cards in this set.
There absolutely will be. Absolutely.
And to clarify on the arena versus paper thing, to clarify, we have no idea what the contracts are for Spider-Man. There might be a digital contract because they actually have their own Marvel game, card games and stuff like that. They probably don't want it to compete with the digital.
Or they will. After all, they have Lorcana, which is a Disney TCG game, and if there was a compete issue, they wouldn't be doing something with Magic the Gathering. Hillbilly said this the other day. They have what was it you said about? They said I don't see why they wouldn't bring it to or they shouldn't bring it to Arena, because they have like TCGs that that are competing with itself. Disney even in Japan has a Kingdom Hearts TCG game. I mean, and Kingdom Hearts is a reskin of Final Fantasy, and virtually putting the Disney world and Final Fantasy world in the same universe. The main character, the guy with the key, is a Final Fantasy character reskinned, and the maps are reskinned. And even Disney and Sony at the time of the release of the original Kingdom Hearts said that Kingdom Hearts is of the same world. So I mean, just thinking about the collaboration, the obvious, the fact that Disney does this, and they will be doing this, and they continue doing it, and they have Lorcana, which is a TCG game. I think that you will eventually see some of those cards, at the very least, even if it's in a promo on Arena. I think that Disney will do it. We just got to see, as what Tortoise said, what Disney contracts are going to allow for.
Right.
Well, they do have Marvel Snap out there, which is a digital game. And that's the reason why Magic cannot make digital cards. That's where the issue is, why they're not putting it on MTGO and Magic the Gathering Arena. Because of that digital contract that Disney has out with Marvel Snap.
Potential fact. You're spitting facts. Potentially that is a huge fact. And I see Disney though, unlike the Marvel side. Let's talk Disney Hasbro, right? Disney and Hasbro want to put their product everywhere. All right. Hasbro, every time you see things coming out with Hasbro is like, collab. That's how they make their money. Same with the way Disney sells their toy rights and everything.
Right.
Disney does not sit with one company for their toy rights, even though they own into Mattel. Disney has their toys being made with everybody.
Right.
And Mattel and Hasbro and Galoob have a couple of Disney products. There's all these toy companies out there have the contracts. I think that it is going to be a wider spread than what we see right now. While Disney Snap, the Marvel Snap, the Snap game originally was a different game.
Yep. But it is owned. Yeah, but it is owned. But Disney doesn't own that Marvel Snap. Another company owns that Marvel Snap. There's a contract there stating that they cannot make digital cards. And if Magic and Disney go in together, Marvel, they go in, make those digital cards for Arena and MTGO, they are breaking that contract. And that's why Arena can't do that.
Right. I see that Disney will find a loophole. If they decide to do something like that, big if. Now that we're talking a capital I and a capital F. If Disney decides to do something, what they can do around it is called game mechanics. Okay, what is a digital card? Anything can be a digital card. Technically, if you look at the way that the game mechanics are made for Final Fantasy, all right, it is a card game. The way the game mechanics are put down, all right. Technically, they're going to. Disney has already announced that they're going to be adding the Marvel characters to the world of Lorcana. They're going to add the Marvel characters to the world of Kingdom Hearts. They've been merging it all into their Disney IP. Slowly but surely, everything Marvel is being merged into the IP. Everything that was in the Fox universes is slowly being merged into the Marvel main IP, just like the way Magic the Gathering through Wizards of the Coast is doing things the way that Hasbro, the parent company, wants it to do. It's all slow and it is tedious, and a lot of the fans are not going to like it.
Elijah Cassis has got to go, y'all. Daddy-daughter date. Go and have a good day. Have a good day, Elijah. Thank you for stepping by. One thing I want to bring out, because when he talks about something that kind of leads into scalping, but we had that conversation. There's a fine line right there. So the problem, at least in part, is the same as the concert with Ticketmasters. you get few people buying out the majority of stock and flipping it for profit. It leaves out the fans from being able to participate. Which I found out Billy Joel actually did something about that one day. You know Billy Joel, Piano Man?
Yep.
He actually closed off the front row seats of his fans, and during his concerts would have his staff members go out to the very back people who paid just to be there and took him to the front row. That's what he does every concert that he does.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kid Rock also had done a thing recently where they're trying to eliminate. Now, this is like scalpers. We're talking about people who will buy the product out and resell illegally. Now, as we've stated a few days ago, not going to get back into it, but technically what you see with the scalpers on the TCG market, they're technically not scalpers. All right. The technicality and the legality, when you use the word scalper, you're using a legal term referring to somebody who purchases a product and resells that same product on somebody else's business grounds. Right. That's why when you go to, it is illegal to buy tickets from a scalper, and it is illegal to sell from a scalper when you go to a concert, because they are selling it on that business's grounds, therefore stealing from the business. The technical definition of a scalper, let's always remember that when people refer to scalpers, they're not going to be referring to your resellers who are just being evil the way they purchase. Yes. That's just evil. That's just being a bad person. That's being a good businessman, whatever you want to consider it. The evilness of being greedy is not necessarily being a scalper. Going back to the Disney stuff with this Marvel stuff, and having brought up earlier that, the prices will be high because it is a Disney product. When have you gone to a Disney store and said, wow, these Disney action figures and these Disney dolls are really cheap? When was the last time you've seen that? When was the last time you've been to Disneyland and bought a hot dog for less than $20? When you're going to have that Disney markup value. Disney just raised their prices on yet once again for Disney Plus, for the new people who are buying Disney Plus. And you're not going to see a cheap price. And if I were to turn around and sell those cards higher, I'm just doing good business. I'm not scalping, because I'm not selling on your LGS's property. The legal
It's like if you go to Walmart, buy out all the product, leave the premises, and sell it somewhere else. That's not scalping.
Right. But if you sell it in Walmart's parking lot, that is scalping. That is the fine line between the word scalping and whatnot. The guy who's selling online, who used the bots to buy out all those products, are not technically scalpers according to the letter of the law.
Yep. Bad Manners, that is a good comment. It says the evilness of being greedy is not illegal. It's such a powerful statement about our world.
Yeah, exactly. The evilness of being greedy. I thank you for putting it so gracefully, Bad Manners. For a man whose name is Bad Manners, you said things exactly the right way.
Yeah, he was a teacher for 20 years.
Wow.
Check it out. And, thinking of scalping and evil things,
hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. So it's lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Now is the time where we scalp your time with shilling out the content for today's episode. Today was a full episode, but wonderful, full of opinions, full of facts, full of flavor. It was amazing. But now it's sadly the time we got to go and we got to shill off our content for where to shill out.
What's up, Joe?
Joe.
Hey, Joe. Yo, Joe.
We did your scalping now. Final Fantasy was not a scalping problem. This is probably it was a supply problem.
It was indeed a supply problem. Absolutely. It was indeed a supply problem.
All right. But anyways, we're going to start off with the Lone Wolf. If he wants to chill out anything, say anything, knock yourself out.
Yep. I'll just do what I normally do and say follow follow and subscribe to KJ Cowboy Dan, Hillbilly, and most importantly Tortoise, and help support the channels.
Let's support the channels. RC, hi. New here is the Spidey Man franchise fan base. Hold on. Let me click on this. This fan base is crazy spinning like Final Fantasy. We do not think so.
No. It's going to be a different craze. It's going to be broader. Being that Disney wants to, Disney will make sure that that it is something that they could sell globally a lot easier, like less religious. Think about it that way.
All right. Well, thinking of comments like KJ dropped that link. I couldn't find you through search.
Oh,
there's
yes.
a link in chat. There's your Twitch link, and if you want to, you can post your.
I'll pop
YouTube
the
link.
YouTube link in there too.
While you're at it, chill yourself.
For those people who don't know, I am KJ Cowboy Dan. I am a PNG VTuber who hosts a couple of talk shows and also does some video gaming content. I collect comic books, and you can find me on Twitch and YouTube. Pretty much, let's see, Wednesdays, procrastinating across the ocean, and there'll be some changes in my schedule with that. Also, there's going to be a new show coming out with Sonichu Scoob, where we're going to be bringing back an old concept of a podcast that I had called Two Heads, One Mic. Keep an eye out for that starting in August.
Hell yeah. And look, KJ has some plans in the background. Can't wait. I'm telling you what. And thinking of plans in the background, brace yourselves. I'm about to show you a face. It might be shocking, but we got Hillbilly.
Hey, hey everybody. Today at 2:00, around 2:00, I'll be doing another stream of Magic the Gathering Arena.
Really?
And of course, I had not been climbing the ladder on there. I just been playing some fun decks. Because why go up against the meta? We can just build a deck and have fun playing Magic. And that's, I mean, it's a game. You should just have fun with games. Hey, let's have fun. That's the way I look at the arena, and that's the way I'm going to do it. But anyway, if you want to see some arena gameplay, make sure to come by the stream at 2:00 Central Standard Time this afternoon.
Whoa. Let's go. Hell yeah. Oh, well, I was trying to refrain from singing the Imagination song for Hillbilly's shield there. That's why I said what I said. But anyways, this is Super Fast Tortoise, and there will be a stream tonight. I forgot.
Imagination.
Yeah, we got to play some Commander tonight. Bracket 3. Going to play some Team Up because I just got a card to upgrade the deck. It's not really upgrading. I'm just switching a board wipe for a board wipe type situation because I found out a board wipe that's good for the deck. Who knows?
Ooh.
Well, I'm not adding a board wipe. I'm doing equal mass displacement here. Anyways, yeah, so it's gonna be fun. We're gonna play some Commander tonight. I'm playing Team Up. We're gonna have a great time. If you want to play tonight's Commander game and you're part of Discord and you have the setup to play on Spell Table, hit me up on Discord. Hit Hillbilly up on Discord if you have to. We'll get you in a game to play some Commander. Yes, that includes Lone Wolf if he wants to play. He's welcome to play. Oh, him and his spicy decks. But anyways, let's see. Bad Manners. This is damn. Just you guys.
Sorry about that.
Ending too. By it. Nice.
Dang it! Once I got affiliated on Twitch, they're like, "That's like boom ads." I'm like, "Boom." Okay, so it's like, it's like, do I want to take advantage of 2 minutes an hour? Yes. Do I feel guilty about it? Yes.
Feel guilty, but get paid.
I am sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're sorry about that. But look, You're help paying the bills, right? Nothing wrong about that. Thank you for watching the ad. It helps out a lot. It goes a lot further than you realize it. So thank you. And with that, my friends, I'm gonna wrap this up by saying, hey, thank you for watching. Thank you for being on the show. Hillbilly, Lone Wolf, KJ Cowboy Dad. Thank you for being here. Everybody in chat, you rock, you rule. May your day be blessed. But with that, I want to remind you that you're loved. Someone's thinking about you, and if you can, say and or do something positive for someone else, because you might be the change you need today. And with that, my friends, we're going to get to a sweet intro where we thank our members and subscribers for being here with us. Woo, 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 woo.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning.